Welcome back to the Football Terrace. Hit the like button, subscribe. Get this shared as well in your group chats with your friends, with your family, whoever it may be. Some big transfer stories involving the top teams in England, Liverpool, Arsenal, and the like. Plus, Ruben Amorim speaks about his move to Manchester United for the first time. We're going to break it down for you. Plus, some of the professional pundits still not really getting it as far as I am concerned. But as I say, hit the like and the share button right now. Get it done before you go any further. And let's jump straight into this. Arsenal are weighing up a bid to sign the Brentford forward Bryan Mbeumo. And we know how good this 25-year-old is. We know how deadly he can be, the goals that he can score. He has just under 2 years remaining on his contract. There is, however, a 1-year option for Brentford to extend it. They're talking around a valuation of around 40 million euros. You're probably, if there's a bidding war, and the reason I say a bidding war is because it looks like Newcastle are also interested in this player as well. But Newcastle do have some spending restrictions. It'd be an excellent signing for Newcastle. A massive upgrade when you look at what they currently have on that right-hand side. But if I'm being honest here, this is something Arsenal should be all over. This is something Arsenal should be getting done sooner rather than later. Yes, he predominantly plays on the right-hand side, but he can play as a striker. He can play as a second striker as well. Is he as good as Bukayo Saka? No, not in my humble opinion, but that is irrelevant. Saka needs to be rested. Saka needs rotation. And equally, you want to have a player who has the ability to fill those shoes. You want someone who can come onto the field of play and genuinely get the crowd up. As a rival, you see Saka go off 70 minutes in. Maybe he's having a bad game. Maybe he's got an injury. And then you see Bryan Mbeumo come on. It's not exactly a huge respite for you. This would be a phenomenal, and I repeat again, a phenomenal piece of business for Arsenal to get done. Very much the same as Newcastle. It would be an excellent, excellent signing indeed. And on top of that, and this kind of couples in with the Ruben Amorim news, big news coming out of Portugal, and that is that an agreement is in place between Sporting and Victor Gyökeres that allows him to leave in the forthcoming summer for between 60 to 70 million euros. Plattenberg expresses that Chelsea are interested, which we know. Liverpool, who definitely need a new striker. Darwin Núñez is not good enough. They mentioned Manchester City as well. I think City are only interested if, of course, Erling Haaland is to leave. But Arsenal's name is there. Arsenal have been scouting and pursuing this young man for a long time, and he's just ridiculously good. He just is. I understand he isn't doing it in everybody's preferred league. I understand he's not doing it in La Liga or in the Premier League as of right now. But he has skill, he has strength, he has technique, wonderful finisher. His link-up play, hold-up play is very, very strong. He even scored one of the best free kicks you'll see all season last night in a cup game for Sporting. And if he can be picked up, let's go to the higher end, 70 million euros. Now, I'm not too sure what that is currently in pounds. I haven't looked at the exchange rate for a long time. Don't work in banking anymore, so there we go. That's 58 million pounds. Well, 58.5 million as of today, as of right now. I feel like that's a steal. I feel like that is ridiculously cheap. Now, I don't think City are going to look at him if Erling Haaland is staying. If Erling Haaland stays for at least 2 more years, he isn't going to move to Man City, in my personal opinion, because of the positions they both play. Arsenal do now have tough competition with Chelsea wanting an absolute deadly striker up front. Liverpool, look, they've lost patience with Darwin Núñez. We know that. They'll speak him up. They'll big him up throughout the course of this year, but they want rid and they want somebody better. Jota, excellent, but cannot stay fit. So Arsenal are going to have big competition here. And I know that they like Kai Havertz, and I know that they think, he's done very, very well. But this is a player. This is a game changer. You take Victor Gyökeres now and put him into the Arsenal team, their chances of winning the league go up tenfold. You put him into this Chelsea or Liverpool team, their chances of winning, Chelsea included, winning the Premier League goes up tenfold. As long as he can deliver. And look, my opinion is I think he can, because I'm looking at his physicality and his speed coupled with his technique. I think he can make it work. You may think he's going to be a flop. You may think he's not going to make it, so you'll disagree with my point. But I think the player's really good. If you don't, that's fair enough. I don't care. I do care about your opinion. What I mean is that's fine. I'll accept. I mean, I care enough that you should have an opinion. I just mean it's not going to change my mind right now. I think you're wrong at this particular juncture, but that's life. This is a deal that I think Arsenal have got to get done. The reason I say Arsenal is they have been leading the race for this guy, according to the bookmakers, according to the journalists, for a long time. This is one they cannot allow to slip through their fingers. If they allow Chelsea or Liverpool to get this done, it could be the type of signing that puts that club ahead of Arsenal. That is how good I think he is. But as ever, look, give us your thoughts, give us your feelings, give us your opinions in the comments section below. Now, on to Man United, of course, big news. We know that Ruben Amorim is going to be becoming the Man United manager. Let's listen to what he had to say here when questioned by journalists.
I've heard the words Manchester United mentioned quite a few times this press conference. Could you sum up where we are with the Manchester United move?
We have to wait a little bit more to explain everything I need to explain, and then it will be very clear.
But the club, obviously, they have to, if an approach is made for their head coach, because of the rules, have said that approach has been made and the compensation fee has been agreed. So it's now your decision, I guess.
Yes, that's what I said. It's my decision. I will tell everything. So we have to wait. That's it.
How long?
I don't know.
Will you be in the dugout at Old Trafford on Sunday?
I will be here.
Definitely.
I don't know.
Look, he just can't say what's going on because, of course, he's under contract. He's trying his best to be respectful, whilst clearly you can tell by his demeanour and body language, over the moon at the opportunity of managing the biggest club in England and one of the biggest clubs in the world. A few minor details being discussed between Sporting and Man United, additional compensation for his coaching staff, and United want him in straight away. Now, you sort of, this is where Sporting have got to be realistic. Man United want him in today, essentially. They want him to be coaching the team tomorrow or by Friday so that he can manage on Sunday. If this delays because they're asking for more and more money and we end up getting to Friday, then Man United will just walk away and say, well, we'll just pay the base compensation and we'll have him the following week. So as every hour goes by, essentially, Sporting lose less and less power in this and Man United gain it. So hopefully a happy medium is come to. I know United wants the coaching staff as well. Amorim wants his coaching staff to come with him. I'm sure in the next 24 hours we're going to get an official update. But from this point, it looks absolutely done. You know, there were Sporting fans yesterday. I was watching some clips crying their eyes out at the fact of him leaving. That's a great sign for me as a United fan. However, I'm reiterating the same message again and again, keeping my feet firmly on the ground in terms of what this looks like on a long-term, medium to long-term basis. A lot of hard work is needed. Squad overhaul is needed. And I'm very, very excited indeed. However, it does still appear, watching the overlap today, it does still appear that people are still not quite understanding the situation at Manchester United.
We've made a mistake in terms of holding on to Erik ten Hag a few months into the season and spending, 150, 200 million in the transfer market?
This question from Jamie Carragher, I understand his job is to question, okay? But this has also been pushed as an opinion by many people on Sky and many people on TNT. Why are they ignoring what was briefed to the media in the summer? That we are no longer letting managers directly buy players. A manager will ask for positions he wants to see improved, defence, central midfield, striker, whatever it may be. The club put together a list, which is headed up by Dan Ashworth, of players that meet the threshold in terms of age, pricing, quality, and of course someone that's the profile of which they want to fit within the club's footballing philosophy and ethos that they are trying to build. By the way, we're right at the start of that process. We're right at the start of that rebuild. The people running our club from a footballing point of view came into the club in late June, July. They barely had a summer to actually make any big decisions. We are right at the start. The fact this keeps being ignored and, well, they spent more money on Ten Hag in the summer, that means it's all going to be written off and thrown away, is crazy. We are not building a club. We are not building a system. We are not building a structure in the direct image of an individual manager. That is not happening. Unless they've got information that hasn't been put out to the rest of us, why do we still keep seeing these questions posed. Why do we still keep seeing these conversations happening, especially amongst the Man United fan base? I think to myself, why have you not all read what's going on at the club? They just don't get it. And I'm not too sure as to exactly why that is. And talking of the sacking of the manager as well, let's take a listen to what Paul Scholes had to say on the same show.
I thought it was one of the worst performances I'd seen since I can remember. I thought it was that bad. Now, looking back, it's probably the right thing to keep them on because they went on to win that. Amazing how they won that. I don't know what they did. Now, to carry on as they did, I think it was well documented. They were speaking to managers during the summer. They had his so-called review during the summer and decided to give him another year's contract, which, looking back now, was a big mistake. You think of the money they've wasted in that time with the players he's brought in and get to this point.
See, again, just Paul Scholes, I love this man. He's a legend. But it's not about wasting money on these players. The players we bought in the summer are club signings. Yes, positionally, the head coach or the manager can select what he wants, but they're club signings that meet the club's threshold. And for me, my sort of... And why am I saying this? Because Man United have briefed everybody on it. I'm just a little bit flabbergasted that we're ignoring that. I get rivals doing it. I understand YouTubers doing it, TikTokers doing it, people bantering. I understand that. So if you're going, I'm allowed to banter, Terry, I'm not saying you're not. But I'm talking about professional outlets. Professional outlets with the money they have, the level of cost towards the viewer. This is a YouTube show, but it's still kind of backed by Sky, which gets all of its money to make these shows from people paying their subscriptions. And I just think to myself, how and why are the facts being ignored? We didn't waste money in the summer. These are club signings. That, for me, is the frustrating bit as a United fan listening to this. It's just a false narrative. And I'll be honest with you, I'm sick to my back teeth of it. And I want to know why it's not being challenged. No one is challenging it. Very strange to me. Listen, until next time, everybody, look after yourselves. Take care. Goodbye. God bless. And we will see you all again very, very soon. Peace.